I know this friend of mine who plays Serath a lot. Like he says, I'm not such a good mid laner, so I'm not sure. But he says that if Serath is played like really good, he doesn't need a blue buff. He has this. His passive is pretty broken, I guess, with the mana regeneration. So he can sustain in the lane, I guess, with his mana and poke out Swain. Let's see what tons of damage can do.
Indeed. So yeah, what's my take on the Zerath is pretty much Zerath is mostly a skill based champion, right? His
Yeah.
Q, which is his main source of poke, is kind of a skill shot. His E, which is a stun, is also a skill shot. His W is a skill shot, and his R is a skill
Oh,
shot. So he's like a kind of a Lux kind of champion, I'd say, a Lux meta champion, I'd say, because he has very long range and his poke is just very good. The problem is if you cannot get those skill shots on point, then you're gonna be kind of useless. Whereas Swain, Swain late game is almost kind of like a I mean, Swain's team fight is almost kind of like a Maokai team fight, and what I also see is tons of damage, taking the heal as a summoner spell, which is really not good because once Swain hits that level 6, she's just gonna keep on going all in on the Zerath, and Zerath not having the ignite isn't gonna be doing anything for the constant spell vamp
healing,
healing
yeah.
Swain's gonna be doing.
So I guess let's see what goes on in the mid lane. Yeah, you used to play a lot of mid lane, so I guess you would know better about it. Um,
Yes. So yeah, when you're against the Swain, you ideally really want to be taking Ignite because at level 6 at least, when Swain hits her ultimate, when you can just Ignite, and as I said, you can just like go all in, and that just reduces Ignite just reduces a lot of that spell vamp healing Swain does. And unfortunately for the purple team here, they really do not have an Ignite at all. So it's really interesting to see how they're gonna be dealing with this Swain later on.
yeah, they have an exhaust, but that would only reduce the damage. Both teams have one exhaust, one heal, two heals on the purple team. Both the top laners have a teleport. It's gonna
Indeed.
be a tough. It's gonna be a close match, I guess. If both teams like go good at the CSing laning phase, both teams have like we can see some outplays, some problem on the blue team because I guess they are a bit squishy, except for Swain and Warwick. If Warwick doesn't build tank.
Yeah, and so yeah, this should be an interesting lane. I'd like to really see how the Vi and Kazakh's match goes up because in the last game, Vanquish played a Lee Sin jungle, and they were against a Team Wayne team. They were against a Pantheon jungle, and that
Uh-huh.
Pantheon jungle just made a lot of aggressive plays. So it was kind of sloppy, but it was an aggressive play, and they didn't really have their mid laner or top laner come back and help the jungler. They just let them out on their own, which is really not a good idea. So let's see if the mid lane and top laner for Team Vanquish actually follow up on their opponents. Um, yeah, we'll see how that. So, how do you think how do you think like the first objective fight is gonna go on? Like, um, say we have both teams there trying to contest for the dragon. Who do you think most likely will win in that stage of the game, that early in the game?
That early game, if Maokai comes down to teleport, I guess the purple team shall easily get the dragon. But if not, Kazakhs can like totally take down one person if he's good enough. If he like lands his attacks at the perfect moment, I guess it's kind of a 50-50 on the early level, I can say.
Indeed, especially without that ignite, is gonna be really hurting the purple team here in terms of that Swain ulti because she's just gonna be as annoying as the Maokai, like without that ignite. So she's gonna be having constant spell vamp healing. Especially the more players of purple team there, the more healing she'll be having.
Yeah, so we see the blue team and pink team warding near the river. They both warded. I guess none of them are planning for an invade.
need 30 seconds until the minions spawn. So, no, both teams, just playing it safe, not really going for that early invade or a early triple buff or so like that. Just playing it safe, staying in their lanes. I am Zed getting caught out with a bind here. Does take a little bit of damage, but doesn't force the summon or anything. Just walk to his jungler and help leash the Grump, or will he go back and heal? I really don't think that's a good idea because the minions have spawned at the moment, so he might be a little bit late to lane. And yeah, so it's quite interesting to having Warwick Kha'Zix actually start red buff. What do you think about that, Islayer?
No, Kha'Zix is starting blue buff.
Buff, my bad. Yeah, so Swain coming over to leash him. I think that Kha'Zix should be doing Grump and then go over to his blue buff, but I guess a lot of teams really haven't adapted to the meta changes here. And purple team's bot lane coming a bit late to the lane. They could, Disarray could have went for the strong push and tried to get level 2 first, but instead he's just gonna start last hitting from the 2-minute onwards, and Hello, what time are you on, Iceler?
I'm on 237.
Lokesh, what time are you on?
I'm 250 right now.
We know, Iceler, you and me have to go back. What time are you on right now, Lokesh? Alright, Iceler, can you go back to his time?
Yeah, I'm on 249, 250 right now. Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm with your time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have. Okay. Have you arranged like the spectator thing, like the mid laner against the mid laner on the bottom?
Yeah. So coming. What time are you on right now, Icelayer and Lokesh?
320, 321. Oh, we have a lot of poke coming in from Zerath in the mid lane to the Swain.
Lokesh, what time? Yeah, so I think we need to come up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm on the same time.
Okay, I guess we're on the same time, so... Yeah, so, nothing much happening, I guess, in the game right now. A lot of farming going on. You can actually really see the CS difference, I guess. There's not a lot of CS difference, but, 9 in the mid lane, we have a CS lead by the Zerath against Swain, which, is mainly because of his kit, Zerath being a long-ranged champion, and, just being able to CS better. Oh, the bot lane also, we're not having much of a CS difference. Top lane, we are having quite a CS difference.
Yeah, we've seen Colossus playing a lot of aggressive game here.
Yeah, indeed,
like
Colossus.
Yeah, he's pushing the lane as much as he can.
You see a lot. What a lot of other top laners do is they push the lane and then they just stay in the lane. Like they won't go back or check for jungle presence or anything like that. They'll just their presence while they push up the lane, and which is really not good. What Colossus is doing is he's pushing up the lane. He's trying to harass as much as back, and as you can see, he's going back. He's not staying in the lane like that, but I guess he kind of is.
Okay, I guess we have a gank coming up.
We have a gank by Kha'Zix. Not much follow-up by the Warwick here. They are probably going to force a flash from Kha'Zix. Warwick coming in. Colossus flashing very low. Will Kha'Zix go for it? No, he doesn't. But yeah, meanwhile, over in the bot lane, Widowmaker also standing in the brush of... we do have a small gank coming in.
Okay, we have the E coming in from Morgana. And okay, the Q misses.
Yeah, so nothing much going on. Kha'Zix making his ping to tons of damage going in fast. Tons of damage doesn't have much mobility, so I don't think he will ignite. Does tick, and Swain will take first blood. Beautifully played by Vankwish. What do you think about that play, Iceslayer?
I guess that ward, Zerath did put a ward there, but I guess Kha'Zix knew that he might have put a ward there, so he went from the top side, and that even though the Swain missed his snare, I guess they did a pretty nice job. Like Zera tried to stun him, but still the Swain has an ignite, and the heal didn't help much. So I guess you were right about it that the heal wouldn't help him much in the lane.
Yes, indeed, and just beautiful play by Kha'Zix. I mean, he knows that Xerath he has to first force his flash in order to get out of ganky situations like that. So he just comes in, and with the early gank damage of Kha'Zix, they're just able to get a kill on the Swain, and to get Swain really strong in the early stages is very good. But Widowmaker staying right here. Swain trying to go all in onto tons of damage, but here comes the level 4 jungler, and he's going to be taking a lot of damage, but doesn't go down. Again, as I said earlier, if they did have the ignite, they could have reduced the healing by Swain's ultimate and probably get a kill, but instead, the heal is really hurting him right now.
But if you see tons of damage, missed a lot of his poke before the gank. Like he missed his Q, he missed his W, and he even missed his stun.
Now kinds of damage. His ulti coming up. He does miss 2 of his 3 ultis, which good. He does get some poke on. Very low HP with the W and will pick up the kill. Very good play by tons of damage.
Nice.
What was Swain doing?
Even though he missed his 2 ultis, that was a really nice play by Xerath.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I don't know what Swain was doing. He was very low HP. He should have just backed. Instead, he just randomly walks into the Xerath's combinations. I have no idea why. After he after he dodges all the ultis by Xerath. But we do have Vi setting her presence on the bot lane, trying to get IMZ snowballing here if he can. But you know, he's doing everything he can, and he will try. So yeah, so nothing much going on, just some small skirmishes over CS and lane. There's nothing bad, and I do believe Ash DC'd.
Doesn't pause coming up.
Yeah, we do also have a pause coming up. I don't know what the pause timers are or how much time each team is left with the pause, but I guess it's Ash that's DCing from the game, so small pause, and I do believe.
I guess there's a 10 minutes of pause time. Like each team has 10 minutes of pause time.
Yeah, but then I do believe that. Oh yeah, they both have 10 minutes. I think they all came on at the moment, so not really a long pause. The game will be resumed straight away, and we are back in action.
So we see Kha'Zix coming bot. Okay, but he's just showing his presence so that they can back off and the blue team can farm easily.
I don't think Disarray and Scarlock were in the perfect position to engage, so I guess, you know, Kha'Zix just really doesn't want to. When Kha'Zix gank, I think he wants a kill or something like that. He doesn't want to just come in for fun or something. But
yeah.
Widowmaker going very aggressive. This is the same thing what happened last game. Kha'Zix, full health, he could actually 1v1 this. Widowmaker taking a lot of damage. Kha'Zix does have his red buff. This is not going good for Widowmaker. Widowmaker flashing up, and Kha'Zix will take the kill with his W. What was Widowmaker thinking?
Yeah, Kha'Zix has a lot of damage. Just as I said, he's an assassin. He can 1v1 anyone. Like right now in the game.
And now he sets his presence over on the bot lane. I think he will get spotted out by a ward, so or he doesn't. No, they are trying to go in. Scarlock getting a beautiful binding. Oh no, the binding actually mitches, but here comes Kha'Zix. He does use his ultimate. He did evolve his E, I do believe, in Disarray, taking up the 3rd kill, and they now look their sights onto Corki. Corki taking up the kill onto Kha'Zix, and he will get the double buff. Meanwhile, in top lane, we have some fights going on. Just nothing big, but just 2
yeah, they're just equally trading.
Yeah, indeed, they're completely trading. But yeah, what I wanted to ask you, Ice Layers, we saw just Kha'Zix giving up the double buffs onto Corki. What do you think? What do you think that's all about? Like, now they have to deal with a double buff 73 from Corki. So
I guess that was a bad play by Kha'Zix by going in after getting the Nami kill. He shouldn't have gone in. He should have just poked him a little and left. Because that is why he died, because he jumped over Corky. He thought that he might get the kill, but I guess he just didn't have the enough damage to get the kill.
Indeed, just I guess plain Kazakhs being just plain greedy.
Yeah.
Him to have now since um Corky has those double buffs, he'll have an unlimited spam on his rocket, and also and also along with the red buff damage, he's gonna be doing a lot of damage, I believe. But
Yeah,
we'll
bot
see.
lane's gonna
Over
be
in the
tough
mid
for the
lane, we
blue
also
team.
have some small engages going on. Widowmaker very low, and here comes, he does ulti onto Swain. Swain has his ultimate up, does lifesteal. Here comes Warwick down. Tons of
Colossus
damage,
is
forced to
TP.
flash away. Here comes Colossus. He will snare. He will snare onto Swain and try and get a kill on him. Meanwhile, Warwick just farming minions. I don't know why, but Kazakh's also going down to the ult of tons of damage. And now they set their sights on the Poro Knight, but he's just too far away. I have no idea what happened there, to be honest. I mean, we did have a
I
good
know.
roam by Warwick, but he was attacking minions while the fight was going on. He did have his ulti, but he didn't seem to use it. I'm just lost, Islayer.
Yeah, even me, like, because like he could have ulted Zerat and like they would have got that easy double kill. Like they already got Y, but I don't know why did Warwick not ulti.
I also has no idea. Now we've
Okay,
got a
we have a
Swain
dis.
disconnecting into this game. We also have a disarray over in the bot lane taking a lot of damage. Will the blue team pause this? I have no idea.
Yeah, why are they
Uh,
pausing it? Okay, they just said.
I think K-City, I don't think he disconnected. He just, oh yeah, he did disconnect it, but he has reconnected back. So hopefully we don't see a too long of a pause being put into play at the moment. So yeah, let's talk about the top lane. Let's talk about that small skirmish we saw in the mid lane not too long ago. What was Warwick doing? I mean, he didn't have to
I
waste his
have no
teleport, which
clue.
was like he didn't have to. It was a good roam by him. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he didn't have to waste his teleport. He just
Yeah.
walked downstairs. If he only pressed R, which he failed to do, so
Yeah,
if he
Colossus has used teleport, he got a kill. That's worth it, you can say.
yeah, it is worth. But if Warwick just pressed R, he could have saved both his teammates, I believed.
Yeah, he could have stopped this Zerat's ult by using R, but he just ran away.
Indeed, he could have also used his ulti at least on Colossus, and they tried to burst him down, which was also not a bad idea. But instead, he just doesn't press it at R and starts randomly farming minions. While an
Yeah.
engage goes on, so
So at 12 minutes, if we see the red team has a larger goal lead, they have a 2k goal lead. They are equal on the champion kills. And if you see, the blue team is lacking on CS. Like everyone is lacking on CS from the purple team.
indeed, and now Scarlock and Disarray put in a bad situation. Scarlock forgot to spell shield disrupt. Now he does. Now they have to also have Kazakhs in the brush. So will they go for this? Disarray getting a lot of kills. A beautiful snare being landed. Here comes ton of damage. Good roam by him. He will be, but beautiful ulti by Disarray. IMZ doing a lot of damage. Widowmaker connecting the Q, but here comes Swain on the side. Also a good teleport from Warwick, and he finally uses his ultimate. Takes down the Corki, and a Kazakh's also coming up big. Tons of damage, doing as much as he can do. Make sure that he stays alive, and finally we see the ulti by Poro Knight.
Yeah, finally a good ulti. Got him a kill.
Indeed, so I guess, the Kazakh's not using his teleport actually came into worth. I mean, he was able to come and ulti and get Kazakh's to double kill, but now Disarray going a bit too aggressive onto tons of
I
damage. This
guess
might
it's
being used by Kazakh's, and he will go down. Beautiful play by Disarray.
okay. So I guess the first dragon's going down right now.
Dragon
They
also
can
going down
easily get it.
meanwhile.
They can easily get this Baron dragon.
Islayer, walk me through what happened down at bot lane a few minutes
Okay.
ago.
So the bot lane, it was Corki and Nami. I guess they didn't see them coming, but they had their watch down there. But I don't know why that Nami E'd herself. Like she could have. I guess she did that for the movement speed, but it didn't help her that much. Instead, if she would have used the E on Corki, he would have like put in a more damage on Tristana. I don't know. Maybe it's their decision after all. It's what how they play like. So I guess maybe small mistakes, which and it was a 4v5 if you say, because Colossus had used his teleport before in the bot lane in the mid lane, so he couldn't use his teleport this time. And I guess, but he got the turret and he's way ahead on the CS. So let's see, the 5v5 team fight is gonna be fun to see.
On screen, we do see Colossus being disconnected. So will now we see a pause coming in here. I guess some small internet problems or so. But yeah, we will be waiting for Colossus to come reconnect back into the game. And in that meantime, I'd like to talk to you. I'd like to talk about the small skirmish that was just happening in the bot lane. So yeah, we did see Tristana with her static shift just go very aggressive on the Nami, getting those small crits taken on Nami, and Nami going very low. We also had a beautiful snare being hit out by Morgana, which basically kind of confirmed Nami's death. And also, we did have Zerath and Vi coming down in play, but there was a beautiful next by Tristana just flashing out and dodging the Vi Q. And also, she had a really good ultimate with the Age, pushing by and at or no, back, and also we just Tristana coming up big on that fight. I mean, just very there was yeah. So
Yeah,
uh,
they're pretty. I guess they are going good right now. As per the team fights, the blue team are managing to take the kills somehow. But as we go late game, Marka is gonna go tankier. Y is gonna go tankier. So I don't know. It's if they don't allow the blue team to get more kills, I guess the red team is gonna have better time late game.
they will, but even though with the extra 3 kills the blue team has, they're still under in gold. It's a 19.3k versus a 20k gold. So now you can really see how the farm differences are mattering here. I mean, we do in the mid lane alone 104 farm to 46 farm. So he needs to start picking it up from here.
Yeah, he's really going. I guess it's because of the Zerath poke. He can't like last hit is going to be difficult with the poke that the Zerath has.
Indeed, but as I said earlier, most of Zerod's skills are basically on skill shot. So if you
Yeah,
are
but I
getting
guess
hit,
he's managing to get them right this game. So, Loki, let's go on the items that they're going right now. So, if you see on the top lane, the Warwick is going a Spirit Visage against the Maokai, who's built a Rod of Ages. So, I guess it's a good choice by Warwick. What do you think?
yeah, I guess it's kind of a good choice because Kazakh's. I mean, I guess what Poro Knight's mentality for this game is just try to survive the lane against Colossus. I mean, he just picks Warwick, a very sustainable top laner, and he just wants to really just survive the harass and pull coming out from Maokai at the moment. So a Spirit Visage is kind of a good, not really a good first item, but in this case, I guess it's a okay item, and. Yeah, so that's why
Yeah,
he built it.
it's gonna give him a bit of healing, the spell vamp, and lifesteal too.
Yeah,
So
so I guess
it's
just
gonna help
Warwick's
him.
kit is very good. And over in the mid lane, we do have both junglers meeting each other, but nobody wants to go aggressive on each other. And Kazakhs will just fail out, I guess. So, yeah. On the bot lane also, Adistare having a small jump just to dodge the Nami bubble. Really sure what's going on here. I guess they're just using their huge mobility to dodge certain skills. Really a good idea, but over in top lane, we
Okay,
do have
top lane.
Kazakhs might having a small gank here. They do see the
Trying to get
Kazakhs and he will go out, I guess.
Yeah, they tried to get the vision ward, but not successful enough.
Yeah, so Corky, coming up kind of big with that Phage and Sheen. He just needs once he completes his Triforce, I think he would be able to put some considerably decent amount of damage at the moment, I'd say. So yeah,
Okay,
over
on the
in mid
mid
lane, we do
lane.
have tons of damage, getting a good stun on the Swain, but not going aggressive or anywhere near aggressive there. And yeah, we do have Kha'Zix sitting in that tri bush. It is pink warded, so they're just gonna wait for Colossus to uh, try and overextend here, and then Kha'Zix might be coming up to kill him. Meanwhile, Vi going very aggressive in their jungle, just trying to spot out Kha'Zix, but has no idea where he is. Swain coming down bot lane for a gank. A Scar and Sulug not in a good position for a good binding or so. But they need to get the binding.
Oh,
And
she gets the binding.
They do get the binding on IMZ.
And
They
they
could
pause
engage
the
here, but a
game.
pause is being put. IMZ disconnecting, so here we're kind of in a tricky situation. I mean, Scarlock did land the bind onto Corki, but then Corki disconnected right after. So do you think they'd go for it, or do you think they'll kind of leave it?
Um, I'm not sure if the blue team doesn't know that they have like they haven't said in the all chat that he has disconnected. So if they don't know that IMZ has disconnected, I guess they'll go for it. They'll go for the kill.
Yeah, indeed, and nobody said anything in all chat, or nothing's really happening. There just was a random pause. I guess both teams know that IMZ's disconnecting, but again, guys, this is a tournament. There is a 13k grand prize, and teams, they really need to start practicing and going for this if they want to win it. So
Yeah, so I guess they'll go for the kill.
I guess there's no other way to, unless, but I think IMZ no could survive this if he can W out and probably have a Nabi land a good bubble. So yeah.
Okay, so meanwhile we have a pause time right now, so we'll check out the items. So we see the junglers, the Kha'Zix getting the chilling smite, and the one which works like the what do we call it? Yeah, the one which gives you extra additional magic damage on getting those passives, the stacks, and even I guess why I don't know. I guess why is going on the damage item of the chilling smite. So
Okay, and what I like to point out here during this pause is that we have Swain down at the bot lane looking up to get a gank. We have two members, and over the top lane we do have Colossus getting caught out here. So right now, there's good bubble going on by Ipobear. They could actually change this, but Swain with the quick flashes. Don't think they will get this stun again, misses, and Colossus also will go out alive with just a slither of health left. They do not get the mid lane turret, and oh, here comes Vayne. Oh no, Corki coming up big, taking out Tristana. Here comes Widowmaker,
okay,
going on
Widowmaker
aggressive
taking a
with
lot
the
of courage
ulti.
damage.
There's the exhaust, and double kill goes for the Corki. What a beautiful play there, don't you think?
Yeah, did you see that Corki when Nami got that bubble, the Corki just flashed in. He thought that he could get the kill, but then at the right time, Swain flashed out of it. And then Corki had to move back because Tristana was hitting him and she was doing a lot of damage to Corki. But then again, with the Nami ultimate coming in, it was a good disengage, and they could get back into the fight. And then they saw Y is coming, so they went all aggressive on them. So I guess that secured them the kill.
Indeed. Also, I do believe we have a disconnect at the moment. I think it's tons of damage disconnecting from the game, so he will. And we have the players complaining about lag in the chat, but yeah. So even though Kha'Zix is 2 kills ahead of Vi in the jungle and has less farm, and even with those items, they're not able along with Warwick, they're not able to take down a Maokai. I mean, they did see Maokai getting engaged on up in the top lane around the Tribush area of Blue Side's jungle, but Colossus was just able to escape that, and that's not something you should be looking. And I'd also like to say that Blue Team's kind of lost control of this game. I mean, they played the early games very well, but that one greedy gank with Swain walking into the lane and not much being accomplished there, and trying to make up for that time with a kill, they did end up giving Corki 3 kills, and the game does get on pause. So they need
Yeah.
blue team needs to stop making a bunch of sloppy mistakes, and they need to like stick to their lanes, try and survive them, and farm as much as they can. They are losing
Okay.
in farm, and
We see
it's
on the
not good for them.
mid. We see in the mid, Colossus is not backing out from there. I don't know why.
I think he's just gonna push the lane, make Swain lose some more farm, and then he'll probably back off.
Yeah, he's probably backing off right now. So as we see, like nothing's going actually happening much right now except Warwick's gonna. Okay, he's not pushing top. Okay, he's gonna back out. I guess it would have been okay. Another pause coming up. The red team's gonna have a hard time playing this game with so many pauses.
Indeed, we have 10 minutes on each team, so about 20 minutes in pauses. So
Yeah, 10 minutes almost gonna be over. Okay, it's Ipubet disconnecting. Okay, she paused the game. Okay, so let's go on to the mid laners. We see a Morellonomicon coming from Zerat and Swain going the standard Rod of Ages first item. So what do you think? Is that Morellonomicon gonna help Zerat? Like obviously it's gonna help him against the Tristana and the Morgana, like putting that damage after they are low on health. But in team fight, it's obviously gonna help them because, as we know, that Morellonomicon has
over the bot lane, we do have IMZ going very aggressive onto Disarray.
and he gets a kill.
Between the AD carry and Corki coming out on top. Like I said before, once Corki
And
finishes
Kha'Zix
his,
coming
we also
in
have Kha'Zix
again,
coming
and
in. He
okay,
will
he
get the
gets the
kill,
kill.
getting the shutdown onto the Corki. Very good play. We also have Vi, around this area, but doesn't want to go in because Nami is not there, and I don't think she can 1v1 Kha'Zix at this stage in the game. But I guess coming back about that small skirmish, I think that was just very retarded on Tristana's end because once Corki does finish his Triforce, he is like one of the strongest AD carries at that stage of the game. So it's not a really good idea to duel him. And this actually kind of happened between. I'd like to point out a game between OG and what was that other team called? Pessimistic
Team tryhards.
Yeah, Team Tryhards. This was
Yeah.
the same thing. We did see a Corki versus a Lucian. I think Exiled was on Corki. He did have his Triforce complete versus an Infinity Edge Lucian, and he was able to come out on top. So yeah, that just shows you how much of an amazing power spike the Triforce gives to Corki, and that he's a very strong champion. And meanwhile, over in the top lane, Colossus just getting deleted in a 1v2, overextending again.
And in the mid lane we have a fight. We have that's an easy kill for tons of damage, but the Swain managed to inflict a lot of damage there, even though it was a 2v1 fight with his spell vamp.
Indeed, so just tons of damage, surviving with just a slither of health left, and you see a lot of back pings being pinged onto.
Okay, on the bot lane, I guess we're gonna have a fight. Okay, we're not gonna have a fight. I guess that Vi could have queued in, but they were really far away.
They are. It wouldn't really be wise of bot lane to fight at this stage because Vi was there while the blue team lacked Kha'Zix. So I guess Kha'Zix coming in for a gank, or he does have his ultimate up, so he could just
has
over the
double
wall.
buffs.
He does. Yeah, he also has double buff. So if Scarlock could get a good snare onto any of these champions, it would probably be an insta kill, to be honest, with having Kha'Zix jump over with his damage. But we also have Vi coming up on his damage. If she queues into the brush that's standing right there, then she will get spotted, and yeah.
Okay, I guess
Right
they're
now,
gonna start for the dragon.
I don't know what's happening here. Kha'Zix trying to 1v1 the dragon, I'm not sure, but Widowmaker does spot it out, and no idea what type of positioning is going on here. Disarray forced to flash out. Kha'Zix doesn't have his flash. Here comes wow, what the hell? Here comes Portal Knight with the teleport, and he goes down in a retarded teleport, and I have no idea what. I have no idea. Oh, now we have Corki going a bit aggro on the
Okay, okay, what
Morgana, does
happened
take
right
it down
there?
a little bit. He will push some poke back onto Morgana, and Morgana taken to almost half HP there. What was
Dude, you
Kha'Zix?
need to explain me what happened there. Why was Kha'Zix going for the dragon?
Also have no idea, man. Like, that was the most weirdest way to go for a dragon ever. Like, I haven't even seen some, even in solo queue, I've never seen people do some type of that crazy
Yeah,
dragon.
and a solo dragon with a Kha'Zix.
Yeah, I have no
Like
idea
even
what.
Pantheon would have been okay. Like he can do dragon on level 2, but not
Yeah,
Kha'Zix.
indeed.
Kha'Zix, that was a bad decision by the blue team. That was really bad.
Yeah, now we have Disarray disconnecting, but then reconnected again, and we'll probably have a 10-second pause here because he did reconnect after all. So yeah, now Colossus has left the game. So um, I guess we're gonna have another pause um after this is unpaused. So Ice Slayer, what do you think of that dragon? Do you think there was a miscommunication between Vanquish
I
or?
guess Kha'Zix was thinking that it wasn't worded. They could have caught the dragon easily, and he didn't see the Y coming in. So and he even came down, and the the Corki and Nami were like retreating back. So he might have thought that he would have easily gotten the dragon, but I guess that ward which was there and Y coming in at the right time, that's what screwed up the thing which Kha'Zix was trying. Stupid thing that he shouldn't have tried it in the first place anyway.
I have no idea. That was if you're gonna go for a dragon, then just go in through the normal way. You don't need to like use your mobility. You don't need to have like two people use their mobility skills to
True.
jump over the wall and then having
We
to
might
flash
see the
right
kill
back
coming
out.
in the mid lane, and we do get to see Swain going down because Zerat couldn't dodge the E coming in from Zerat.
Yeah, Swain just lost this lane big time. I mean, 2 and 5 against the Zerat. This is just not good.
Yeah, it's actually not good. And actually, Zerat, I guess he was pretty confident as he was last pick. He knew that he was going against the Swain, so he has been really confident playing that Zerat against the Swain. Even though he had a bad first blood, he gave the first blood to the blue team.
So a lot of pinging going around. Red team might be looking for a siege here. Not quite sure, but now we have the fight between the two junglers. Kha'Zix ult being popped up, flash in, and a good ulti from Widowmaker. Here comes Corki. It would be a trade for the junglers with Corki getting the shutdown on the Kha'Zix, and they will look like they're gonna be pushing for this inner turret. Swain getting them snared. So also now we
Corki
have
doing so much of
Snake
damage.
exactly BF sword, cloak of agility, and a Triforce. That just spells damage to me.
Yeah, when Swains get if he is not able to survive against just a Corki, you should understand that Corki is gonna carry the game right now.
Indeed, so what there's nothing much Vanquish can do at the moment except hope that late game they somehow get lucky and have Disarray carry them. But yeah. Kha'Zix also playing quite reckless there, don't you think? I mean,
Yeah,
he
he's
did
making
force the
some really bad
flash.
decisions.
Yeah, he's just playing too desperate, I'd say. I mean, he did force the flash from Vi. With that, he should have just backed off, just going full
Yeah,
in
you
like he's
just
doing
see
again.
he's just going for the kills. He's being too greedy.
Yeah, indeed, and also very reckless. I think this spells out desperation if you ask me.
Because if you see, the red team is going more for the objectives. They're getting the turrets on time. Even though they missed one dragon, they got the second dragon. So I guess they're going more for the objectives. They're getting the CS. They are not aiming for the kills that much. And because they went ahead on the CS, they could easily get those kills.
So yeah, Warwick trying to get the split push on. I really don't know what Kha'Zix is doing here. He should be with his team trying to defend this turret, but I guess They're both gonna be pushing this top inner turret, while the 5 members of purple team can just try and push for the inner turret here. They could have Colossus try and tank out as much as damage and tons of damage, getting good stun onto Disarray. Disarray taking giving out a lot of damage against and takes tons of damage down. What do you think about that play, Ice Slayer?
Yeah, that snare by Swain was, but I don't know why tons of damage was roaming there all alone. Like they pinged for the turret, like the middle turret on the bottom lane. They should have gone for that. He shouldn't have stayed in the mid lane.
He shouldn't, and also like they tons of damage, just not respecting the Corki with Infinity Edge and Static Shiv. I mean, that Tristana was just able to almost one hit or
Yeah, he
just
used his heal, he used his flash, and still couldn't survive.
and now we're starting to really see Tristana coming into this game, starting to scale up. She's got her 2 major items. All she just needs is to complete her boots, a last whisper, and get a defense, and probably a bloodthirster and a defensive item, and she'd be ready to go. So right now we're starting to see the scaling of Tristana, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, I guess Tristana needs to, like, if the blue team wants to win this game, Tristana will have to position herself a lot. Like she can't just go in and kill them.
Meanwhile, they have tons of damage got out. Moro Knight using his ulti. Here comes Swain. Misses his snare.
Will he have a teleport coming in by
Colossus? Colossus coming in. He will snare onto Swain, and Swain taken down, just absolutely deleted. But here comes Morgana, and here comes the Disarray. But Disarray getting focused by Widowmaker just goes down, and this does look like the team fight is gonna go in from team favorite. Moro Knight, the last member alive. Q does connect. Snare onto Moro Knight. He will go down. A clear ace by purple team. Just a beautiful play. What are your thoughts?
They thought they would have got the kill on tons of damage, but their whole team being there and Colossus coming in at the right time saved them. And IMZ positioned himself such a beautiful way. He was like totally like he has it front his front line, and they managed to tank and peel for him, and he easily got those kills with his rockets. Even though Tristana tried to aim him, Tristana got 1 kill out of that team fight, but they still aced them, so it's good.
Indeed. So yeah, both teams making their fair share of mistakes, but as the game keeps on progressive towards that late game stage, the mistakes become more crucial and more crucial. So even though we have Kazakhs trying to solo Baron, I have no idea
this is
what
gonna
reason, but I guess
yeah, he's gonna go down again. He's just making reckless mistakes for his team, and that's gonna cost them a lot. With the Baron buff on the red team, on the purple team, it's gonna really cost them. I guess they could like literally push the mid lane and take the turrets and the inhibitor.
Blue team is not even in a position into
yeah, the
Warwick is flash ulti coming in by Widowmaker. The follow up by this thing, a beautiful bubble lands on the Scarlock, and that'll just be it. The ulti of tons of damage just gets Swain. And it was.
I don't know what Warwick is doing on the top lane.
He's just pushing. I don't know what he's doing. He's just gonna keep pushing. I guess Kazakh's doing whatever he can to defend, trying to poke with his W, but he can't do anything. He's just gonna let it go. Zerath trying to zone out Kazakhs. He does get it. He does zone out, and Kazakhs will go down to tons of damage. Beautifully executed by Zerath. What's happening now, Ice Slayer? We saw Vankwish in the lead. They had at least some control of the game. They were actually, doing it properly, but now they're just completely gone.
Just as I told you before, the late game, the purple team, they can easily win the game because we have Colossus playing on Maokai. He's gonna be super tanky, and we even have Vi, who's pretty much tanky right now. So like, they can peel really good for the ADC and the APC.
Indeed they can, and we do see the peels in this fight. Like, Vankwish, after that small skirmish in mid lane that lost them the inner tower, it's just been mistake after mistake after mistake. They've stopped playing as a team, and Kha'Zix is just going full solo mode. I mean, walking into the blue buff, trying to take his blue buff, he's just in complete solo mode at the moment. I mean, he's refusing to communicate with his team, even though his team haven't been doing their best, but then just dropping off communication is just gonna be, it's just gonna be more worse for your team.
Yeah, like Kha'Zix, I don't think he can sustain himself much longer in the team fights. Like, he could probably get one person if he goes in there at the right time, but if he's caught by the Nami bubble or a Y knockup, he's dead.
Indeed, and yeah. So,
And I don't know, Warwick, he's not sticking with his team. He was busy pushing top when they had a nice team fight on the mid lane. Like, I don't know why he didn't even back up to try to defend.
indeed, yeah. So, Kha'Zix, you know, just making solo play after solo play. Not a really good time here, but now they're gonna have the purple team just try and end this game at the moment.
And I guess Y is gonna go down right now. They're camping there, the blue team.
No, she will survive. She will get away from her Q, but here comes Zisarek playing very aggressive. He will go down to Corki too. Scarlock trying to get the ulti. INZ playing very aggressive. The exhaust does go down. Scarlock is going to live just for a few more seconds. He will go down to Corki, and I think that's game. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I guess that's a GG.
They'll take out the bottom next inhibitor turret, and most likely the inhibitor they will. Meanwhile, in top lane we have the two bruisers going to war. Both tanky bruisers are going to war, and Poro Knight, you know, realized that he's taking most of the damage and will back away. Colossus trying his best not to let him back away, but he will. He doesn't. Colossus doesn't have that much CC to help him. And here's the fall of the Nexus turret. Fall of the first Nexus turret. Kha'Zix taking a lot of damage. He will flash out just to survive. There's no point at this
going
moment.
in. The nice
Tristana
coming in.
There's the good. Tristana just getting deleted from the map, and here comes the teleport from Colossus. Warwick trying to stop it, he won't, and that is gonna be game. Mystique take the series 0-2-0, destroying every team in their way in this division, and that's the beautiful game. I do believe this is the last game for today. That's the end of day 4. Tune in for day 5 tomorrow. We've got a lot of exciting games tomorrow, and I'm Loki, and with me is Ice Slayer. Thank you guys for watching, and good night.